What's up, guys, and welcome to my review for Hardcore Henry. Honestly, I didn't know this movie was coming out like 3 months ago. They just kind of started pushing the marketing on it recently. I feel because maybe I was just missing all the ads for it, but I really was just getting into the idea and getting into the know that the film was coming out around last month sometime. I actually figured that out, maybe a month and a half. It's been kind of recent though. But once I did hear about the movie and that it was going to be coming out, I was very intrigued, very interested in it because you don't see many movies like this. You know what I mean? You don't see many movies that are first person. You know what I mean? You just don't. I mean, maybe they do it in snippets here and there of certain films and certain character perspectives at certain points, but you mainly don't ever get a film just mainly like a video game, so to speak. You know what I mean? So going into it, I was very sort of excited for it. And watching the movie, it took me about 20 minutes to actually get used to watching a film this way. It took some time to get used to, but after you get used to it, it's just sort of naturally happening. You know what I mean? You're watching it and you're already used to it. You know what I mean? So it's fine after a little while. But overall, I mean, this movie itself, I mean, this is a great action film. Now, when I say that, I mean action-wise, it's done very well. I mean, sometimes the camera kind of shakes around a little bit, but then you think to yourself, well, it is first person. You know what I mean? So that's how it would look if I was personally there. You know what I mean? So this is pretty much one of the only opportunities and one of the only chances that that any studio has to get away with shaky cam because it's actually coming from first person view. So that's pretty cool. I kind of was liking that and I was into that. And just all the action stuff was great, and the whole film is pretty much a big action scene. And some of it's very entertaining to watch. The sound effects and everything. I really enjoyed the sound of this movie too. It sounds great and it looks great too. I didn't really think a lot of it looked choppy. You know what I mean? It's still sort of edited. It's not like a Birdman one take. You know what I mean? It is still cut, but it's not done in a way to where it takes you out of it. You know what I mean? It just like it works. It works for what they were trying to do. Overall, the acting was fine. I think Charlton Copley, that's pronounced his name. I think he's the best actor in the film, probably because we see him the most and he has the most to do. I was really interested in his character and what he had to do. But then I just felt like the other characters were just kind of throwaway characters. Like the villain was a throwaway villain. It's like we've seen this before. It's cliched. We know nothing about this guy. We know absolutely nothing about the villain. We don't know why he has some of the strange mystical force powers that he has, which is weird. It's just sort of strange. We know nothing about him. And then the woman in the film, played by I don't know who she's played by, but the woman in the film, she's fine for what she has to do. The certain character arc with her was okay. It's just I feel like the movie was very sloppily written. You know what I mean? I didn't think that the story was extremely that strong. You know what I mean? I wasn't the biggest fan of the overall plot of the movie because they just kind of expect you to know what's happening. They don't really give you a lot of, knowledge into what you're actually watching. It's just pretty much this big action fest. But that's what you go into this movie to see. So I can't really give it a negative rating because this is an action film. You don't go into Hardcore Henry expecting a fantastic story. You go in expecting a great action movie, and that's what you get. But you also go in wanting a good story that you could get behind. And in this case, I didn't see that. There was no good story in this film to me. The characters, pretty much the only likable one was Charlton Copley's character. Everyone else was just sort of there. I couldn't get emotionally invested into the story. Nothing was really, that emotionally gripping to me. I just thought it was a fun action movie. It was a fun, entertaining film. You go into this movie, you watch it, and you're going to be entertained from start to finish. Now, this film is directed by Ilya Naishuller. I think that's how to pronounce his name. No idea, but I tried. He directed this film. I don't think I've seen any other of his movies. Maybe I have. I doubt it, though. I'm not sure if this is his first time or not. But he did a fine job for what he... As an action film and what he was able to accomplish, he did a really good job with this movie. It's just... He also wrote it, so he's to blame for maybe the poor story. But overall, like I said, this is a good action movie. That's what you go in for, and that's what you come out with, a good action film. So overall, I'm going to give Hardcore Henry 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Guys, comment your thoughts in the comment section. Do you plan on seeing this film? Also, you could subscribe to this channel. Next week, The Jungle Book comes out. I'm very excited for that. Also, guys, you could follow me on Facebook and on Twitter. The links to those are in the description of this video. You could also follow me on Snapchat at RyanKing72 and on Instagram at KingerRises131. Guys, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching this review for Hardcore Henry. Over and out.
Jolly good.